time we touch, something courses through my blood, and I'm born anew. Can you feel this warmth too? I need you so much. I'm addicted to your love. Nothing I can do. I'm so helpless for you. Heavenly, I feel the stars align for eternity, till the end of time. Ecstasy, so burned into my mind. You're a drug for me, pure and crystalline. Far away, I'm absorbed within a haze, so consumed by you. Do you think of me too? Counting down the days, got me sleepless in a craze. I'm a slave to you, so damn helpless for you. Heavenly, I feel the stars align for eternity, till the end of time. Ecstasy, so burned into my mind. You're a drug for me, pure and crystalline. I feel the stars align for eternity, till the end of time. Ecstasy, so burned into my mind. You're a drug for me, pure and crystalline.
Hey, who's that? Uh, hello. Hi. Good afternoon. Hey there, everyone. How's it going? Hey there. How you doing? Uh, so some might remember, some might not. Totally all right if you don't, because it's been over 10,000 years. Uh, I'm also dropping all pretense and character. Uh, yes. So this was an attempt, mind you, of having like a secondary character for these streams, uh, solely for like visual novel and reading type streams. Uh, and I played a character like lighter voice and doing a little bit of a Southern Belle type of thing. I even did some voice mod stuff to like to really get the high registration going, stuff like that. And I'm just gonna not do that. Uh, Not for any particular reason. I just don't want to anymore. It's a lot of effort. So so while yes, this is a whole entire other character, I think I'm just gonna break out the rose when reading will occur. Speaking of reading, why'd I close the mixer? I need it open. Uh huh. Oh, perfect. Perfect size. Okay. As I have advertised, all branches complete. We got the platinum and everything. This will only be a reading stream where we read about everything and everyone. About to drive, so I'm treating it like an audiobook. Good. Great. Love that. So let's start reading the weapon stories first. There's a lot, so, get comfy. Except you driving. Don't get too comfy. Let's start with Zero's Blade. From the moment I was born, there was nothing. That's how I wound up with the name Zero. I tried and failed to find value in my life. Even religion failed me, for I would have sooner fought and killed a god than prayed to it. I took lives and felt nothing. I killed without regret. Right, wrong, sin, redemption. I couldn't even work up the energy to care. Like a child, I waited and hoped for the moment when this sad shell of a life would finally be over. Oof. Big sad moments, big sad times for Zero. Sinful Scream. He committed a crime. The famine raged, taxes rose without mercy, and his parents vanished. Soon his siblings grew gaunt with hunger, and for them he took action. He committed a crime. He shared the stolen milk and bread with his 5 young siblings, allowing himself none. Instead, he simply watched as they devoured the bounty. He committed a crime. When the rich merchants found him, he was not allowed to die for his sin. That honor fell to his siblings, for they alone had consumed the stolen goods. He committed a crime. His siblings' ravaged bodies lay in the street. He gazed upon them, rubbed the open sores from his own public whipping, and heaved a voiceless sob. Dog, that is sad. That's kind of all it is. It's just sad. Eternal Voice. A visitor? I remember this. A visitor? Ah, yes. Come, hear the song then. The innkeeper and her daughter will greet you warmly. Their food and drink is without compare, and the girl is a feast for the eyes. The girl's song is the best thing about this place. A single listen will drive all your troubles away. Did you know she has a sister? Ah, if only they sang a duet. Welcome back, traveler. It's been a while. Come to see the girls again? Oh, you certainly do like them. It's been decades since I first told you of them, and yet here you are again. What's that, traveler? You're wondering why the girls never age? Those are the children of the girls you once knew. Surely you didn't think they were immortal, did you? I just realized you can't hear any of the music. I did not turn the audio on. Rose, scuffed as always. Anyway. Ceremonial blade. The prince I served was destined to lead our nation, but alas, we had been nearly destroyed in an unjust war, betrayed from within and left to wither and die. The prince I served grew into a strong, handsome young man. After much grueling toil, he rebuilt our land and became its king. It was a wonderful, wonderful land. But that land is long gone. You will find it on no map, and my king fell when his nation was defeated. My king kept his ceremonial blade close, and to the very end he never suspected me. It remains a regret of mine. But no matter. It's just a silly little story now. Thunderlord. Once there was a hellish wasteland covered by thundering skies. It changed hands countless times, and its people were tormented by unending hunger and merciless lightning. One day, a valiant young baron swore to conquer the land and turn it into a place of bounty. Few of his exhausted subjects believed him. Some even laughed openly. The baron had forged a fine sword of silver, then ordered a group of virgins to pray for 3 days and nights. Atop a hill, he raised the sword high, then thrust it into the ground. After a stormy night, the skies cleared. The young baron was gone, and a fruit tree stood on the hill with the silver sword entangled in its branches. It still rumbles to this day. That's pretty cool. I like that. Good 4x structure. Virginal sin. Once there were 3 young girls. Though they lived in an age when arranged marriages were the standard, they swore to each other that they would always protect their chastity. One girl cut her beautiful blonde hair and commanded a battalion in place of her dead brother. She died a fine death with her beloved manservant at her side. One girl, a brunette and an avid reader of books, loved a man from a poor family. Knowing their love could never be, the couple threw themselves into the sea. The last girl, a flaxen-haired beauty, never knew her friends had broken their vows of chastity. She remained a virgin all her life, eventually passing away of old age. Wait, you mean you guys got boyfriends? You guys are getting paid? Saintly brimstone. The villagers doubted the strange new missionary at first, but soon his charming words and handsome smile won them over, and they welcomed him with open arms. Beauty was power in the village. The beautiful were royalty, while the ugly suffered as slaves. Soon, the scarred and deformed of the village begged the missionary for help. Smiling, the missionary raised a hand. In a flash, the ugly villagers were transformed, their faces all identical to his own. And yet his work was not complete. Soon every man, woman, and child looked like the missionary, right down to the grin. They no longer cried or grew angry, leaving the village with nothing but grim, hollow smiles. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Bloodletter. My cursed body bleeds once a month like clockwork. I am thin and weak and more ugly than most. I am, in a word, different, and people do not take kindly to such. Too weak to work, a mere useless husk, I spend my days in a basement waiting for the abuse I know is sure to come. In my dreams, my body no longer bleeds. I feel sick and queasy. But in my dreams, the man who abuses me appears again, but this time, I seize the weapon he has long used to torment me. In the dream, I hit him again and again, and then I see for the very first time that I am not the only one who bleeds. I am human, just like him, and this makes me smile. That's good. That's great. That's a really good one. False pact. One of the villagers was a compulsive liar. He bandied a sword about carelessly, boasting of his demon-slaying exploits. Soon he had lost all the trust of all his peers. One day, a traveler arrived, asking the way to a lair of demons. The villagers were silent, but the great liar spoke. "Have no fear," he said. "I will lead you to the demon's den." The man lied, and each time the traveler believed him, they became more lost. But when the liar finally showed the true path, he was forced to save the traveler from the demon. "I finally told the truth," said the dying liar, "and now I must pay for it." The traveler slayed the demon, became a hero, and has carried his newfound friend's sword ever since. Broken iron. This one's a good one. This one's a really good one. Iron, 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 iron. The iron was beaten into shape. It stood alone in battle. Iron, 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 iron. Kill, 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 kill. The iron killed with abandon. That was its reason to exist. Kill, 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 kill. Meat, 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 meat. The iron took countless lives to make its dream come true. Meat, 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 meat. Blood, 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 blood. The iron shed bloody tears, for it could not be human again. That's good. It's very simple, but it's good. Gaia's flame. Beauty is only skin deep. The twisted hearts within remain unseen. I wish for the fortune of man. I scorn the persistent insects. A flame illuminates the night, but it brings only Stygian dark. To burn is proof of witchery, and I am the one who lights the fire. That was pretty good. It's pretty alright. Short, sweet, and to the point. Moonfire. The marble sword was imbued with the blacksmith's blazing soul. It yearned for an owner who thirsted for blood, who pined for battle, who hungered for war. But its razor edge emitted searing heat, enough to reduce to ash any stalwart warrior who wielded it. The sword waited for a strong soul to tame its boiling heart. It waited for the warrior who would let blood spill across its blade. Even as it took the lives of those it sought, the sword waited. It waited for a vessel for its soul, and eternity spread before it like an icy embrace. Hello, Kolchari. We're reading. Is this a rebrand? No, this is a character that I originally made as its own type of character, and I would have played that character, you know, a high voice, a bit of a Southern Belle type of voice, and I'm too lazy to keep doing that. So I'm just gonna break this model, this whole character out for reading. Is their name Mozzarella? No, their name's Rose Krantz. If you know literary stuff, you're gonna think that's pretty funny. Rose, not Rose. Although, if you're typing on a keyboard and you can't make the accent, that's fine. Anyway, we're reading Drakengard 3. Skyward Thunder. This sword is so strange. One day, a young boy encountered a white horse with blue eyes by the side of a lush forest spring. Each day he passed the animal, he stopped to tend to its injured leg. On the 5th day, the horse allowed the boy to touch its beautiful white hair. On the 10th day, its deep blue eyes revealed a hard-won trust. Soon after, the horse vanished. The boy figured the leg had healed and regretted missing his chance to ride the steed. Decades passed. The boy, now a withered old man, told his grandchildren of the white horse. Just as the man spoke of the horse, thunder boomed from the sky, and he vanished. Some say they saw a man on a white horse amid the lightning, storming off to the heavens. That's interesting. That's a pretty alright story. This is a weird version of Barbie and a pony. Cries and Whispers. I've been interested in this one for a bit because it scents weapon. Seriously? You don't even know how to use this sword? Now that's just pathetic. It couldn't possibly be easier. Even little old me could spin this thing around. A disciple at my level has more than strength, you know. He has enough bewitching beauty to make his enemies swoon. Looks like it's working on you too. Ha! Money really does make the world go round, doesn't it? I should know, given the vast fortune I command. Not that they'd let me use it yet. Lord knows why. Is there anything more important in life than beauty, strength, and money? Ha! What a kidder you are. I mean, do you even need to ask? And that's it. How pretty is this guy? It's the guy Scent. Actually, I think I can show Scent. You've seen Scent. You know Scent. It's him. It's Scent. It's literally his weapon. You know, pretty guy. Pretty dude. Well, I mean, you don't have to think he's pretty. But that's kind of his character type, that he is the pretty boy. Is that the guy I wanted to die? You wanted a lot of characters to die, so that doesn't narrow it down. Once a Woman. I've been so, curious about what your deal is. The tower loomed, its white stonework unmarked by a single crack or crevice. Inside, a girl lived alone. Because none of her servants spoke to her, she knew nothing of speech. Throughout her captivity, the girl's servants refused to acknowledge her existence, but the local villagers knew of her. And when a great famine struck the land, they took action. The villagers killed every last servant as they climbed the tower. "Cursed wench," they shouted, "this is your fault." But the girl could not understand the words. The girl was overjoyed to finally be exposed to emotion, even that of rage. A smile came to her face as the sword struck home, securing her place as an offering to the village gods. Alright. Interesting. Imperial Fang. The warming breath of green granted fortune to all. The shining azure flow gave blessings to all. Flowers bloomed, life teemed. It was a land of promise. Countless great forces waged war over the land, troubling and trampling its bounties. Soon, mountains of mangled corpses replaced the blessings of earlier, better days. Time passed, trees grew over the bodies, and soon the cries of war were replaced with softly babbling brooks. Only a lone sword planted in the ground spoke of the terrible past. A young king drew the sword from the earth. "I claim this beautiful land for my own," he said. Will the cycle begin anew? Alas, I must save that story for another time. And we will see it continue later. The Feral King's Wild Blade. "Ah, you have an eye for quality, sir. This sword comes from a far-off land. Know you the tale? A young man slew a hoarded beast, and it grew so renowned the king became mad with envy. The king sent him on an impossible quest, and the young man fell to the very monsters he was meant to slay. His sister pleaded for his remains, but all she received was his sword. The sister became the king's mistress. She used the sword to murder him before turning it on herself. And now the blade is used to exact revenge on..." Sir, are you okay? What's with that sword in your hand? Revenge, you say? But I'm just a weapon merchant. My sword didn't kill your family. It's just a blade. No, stop. Wait. I love that. I love some of these stories are really good. My favorite ones are from a specific perspective. Or when they're weird about it. When they're weird with the writing. The Morning Thorn. Oh, this one. Why did I lose my child? Why did my child have to die? Why must I bear this punishment? All the other children survived. Why did mine perish? Theirs should have died too. Every last one of them. No, I mustn't think this way. They are all precious. We must protect my lost child, and all the others too. But this world is chaos and strife. How can we hope to safeguard the children? The precious, precious children. To protect them, I must join them. But there are so many. Wait, I know. I must chew them up. Chew them all. Open my mouth and chew all the pretty babies. Man, Drakengard 1's fucked up. Kime's sword. There once was an awkward prince who found love, politics, and even general interactions difficult. His only comfort was practicing swordplay in the courtyard. After 100 days of practice, he began to feel stronger. As this strength turned to confidence and washed away all his anxieties, the prince devoted himself to mastering the sword. After 1,000 days of practice, he forgot the stress of politics and intrigue. Such things brought only lies and betrayal, but his sword never did. After 10,000 days of practice, he realized his sword might free him from all stress if he entrusted everything to it. Alas, he was only running from his problems. That's true, he was. Footy Eye's dagger. I mustn't trouble my brother. He's busy with his sword practice, so I must be a good girl and not bother him to play with me. I mustn't trouble my brother. He's busy with politics, so I must be a good girl and not bother him to talk with me. I mustn't trouble my brother. He's busy fighting other countries, so I must be a good girl and not bother him with my worries. I mustn't trouble my brother. I mustn't let him know of the dark lust hiding in my bosom. If he were to see me like this, I would have to end my own life. Oh, once again, Drakengard 1 is fucked up. Jeez. There is literally only one route, one ending that can be considered a good ending in Drakengard 1, and even then, the world is still fucked up after it. Just in the least horrible way possible. Nir's blade. Whether it's old man or older brother, this is his sword. Yona, stop. Sit down and eat. If you keep running around like this, you're gonna drop the pie on the... See what I say? You're already making a big mess. Emil, quit rummaging through my closet, will you? There's nothing in there but a bunch of old underwear. You sit down too and finish your soup. Where'd Kaine go? Huh? She went to find more food? But I gave her an entire roast pig. How in the world did she eat that entire thing? In a quiet dream, I think of the world I was lost. I think of the people in my own past self. And I think of the happiness I'll never again know. That's true. Nir, even when the day is saved, thanks to Nir, things aren't good. Things are still bad. In fact, in pretty much every normal ending, the world is still doomed. Kaine's swords. You only get one, though. She had suffered 2 unspeakable losses. The first, her beloved grandmother. The second, her beloved friend. So she killed. She killed the enemies that stole those who were precious to her. She killed the enemies that placed a curse of revenge upon her. She killed. But then she lost sight. She lost sight of the purpose behind her vengeful rampage. She lost sight of life's meaning amidst all the slaughter. Inside a dark cavern, she dreamed. She dreamed of those she would be able to see again. after death came for her. That's true. I keep saying that's true. Two's sword. I have not seen anything about this. I thought being a pair would allow us to survive. I mean, it was just like my name, you know? We were two then, and we would remain two forever. When we held hands, we connected. I believed we truly had nothing to fear. Our time was meant to be forever. Forever and ever. We were destined to keep this small life of ours secure. I hear the sound of something breaking deep within me. There is no going back. I hear all the noise slipping slowly into the onrushing dark. Man, out of all the intoners outside of outside of Zero, 2 had it the worst. Two's story is a tragedy that, honestly, given how she acts and how Scent is, there kind of was no way of avoiding it. And 3's scissors. My name is 3. I'm the 4th eldest of the intoners. In what order was I made? You're such an adorable little doll. Here, let me just patch you up with some of my expert stitching. Oh, did you lose a limb or two? Don't you worry, little doll. I'll fix you up good as new. I'll fix you up as many times as it takes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another little doll to join my menagerie. See, she's talking about human experimentation. Well, no, monster experimentation. Still, she's talking about fucking around with living beings. Twisted hunger. I detest ugly things. I hate the putrid breath of monsters, and I hate people corrupted by desire. How can they even stand to live like that? Morals? Morals make me puke. Trotting out truth and justice. Love for your fellow man? Pfft, what a crock of shit. How can people live in a disgusting place like this? Life is ugly, and people are nothing but fools. Why did the world have to end up this way? A rotten fruit tastes the most sweet. A rotten body is beauty personified. Why does everyone fail to notice these things? See, it's because Dido has a really warped sense of what's beautiful and good in the world. The Spear of Empathy. In a poor nation lived 2 knights, one clad in ivory armor and the other in ebon black. They battled to bring fortune to the land, while occasionally sharing dreams over a skin of wine. But over time they quarreled. The ebon knight began to distrust his despotic king, while the ivory knight strove to keep his oath, and soon the friends became bitter rivals. One day a cadre of knights held a coup against the cruel king led by the ebon knight, but the ivory knight slew his companion and quelled the rebellion, earning much fame and fortune. The ivory knight calmed his king's despotic nature and was given an ornate spear as a reward, but he refused, and instead insisted on using the spear that had slain his one-time friend. That's sad. Thunder Princess. The strait was called the ship graveyard for its stormy waters. Few ships dared to cross it, and soon the nearby island found itself dangerously short of supplies. The islanders decided to make a sacrifice to the god of the seas. As they debated who would be offered up, the daughter of the island headman gave herself as tribute. Once the fairest woman on the island, her skin was now covered in burns. Her father tried to stop her, but she donned the ceremonial armor and threw herself into the sea. Soon the waves lessened and the sea was calmed. The large spear the girl carried stands alone on the seabed, occasionally quivering to the sound of distant thunder. That's pretty good. Eternal Wail. Did you get lost, sir? Well, I'm sorry to hear that. A scholar, you say? How excellent. This village has a fine library. I wager you'll like it very much. There's a kind and beautiful lady what keeps the library running. She loves them books, she does. Spends all day copying tomes to make sure they ain't lost the time. But such beauty can be deadly. Aye, her twin sister sings by the village fountain, and she'll have your head on a plate if you make false moves on the librarian. Those twins protect the village, they do. Eh? Since when? Oh, I couldn't say for sure. Long and longer, still. I reckon they'll probably do so until the end of time. It's continuing. The story continues. Guardian's Oath. Oath the First. Be prepared to sacrifice all for the sake of His Majesty. Always pursue justice, even at the cost of your life. Oath the Second. Always strive to eliminate evil from this world. Never surrender, though the battle may seem lost. Oath the Third. Allow no evil to go unchecked, no matter how small. Show no mercy to criminals, be they man, woman, or child. Oath the Fourth. Any who commit evil are equally deserving of death, be they king or pauper. Death is the only answer. That's pretty good. That's really subtle storytelling, and I love it. Robber King. She was a prostitute with a habit of falling in love with her customers, but they fled whenever she proposed. This puzzled her, as she was unaware her job was viewed as with disdain. One day, an ugly old man came to her. Once their business was done, the woman asked for his hand in marriage. He began to cry, for though he was king, none had ever loved him. The prostitute became queen of the land. But soon after the ceremony, the king was felled by his own heart, leaving her with untold fortune and all of his political power. The woman had been so close to happiness, but now her beloved was gone. Thus, she took up his spear, the last memento of her husband, and fled the palace forever. That's good. That's pretty good. The Conjurer's Staff. No known magic could cure the little girl's disease. Her only joys were the nightly visits from a nameless masked conjurer who came to her with a magical staff in hand. The conjurer shared his arcane talents with her. One night, a shower of glittering light. The next, an orchestra of tiny songbirds. Another, the arc of a dazzling rainbow. Yet the disease slowly consumed the girl's body. One night, when her time was near, she smiled at the conjurer and thanked him. Then she grew cold and smiled no more. The conjurer had been forbidden to show magic to others, but when he returned and confessed that he'd taken the staff without permission, the master told him to keep it. That night, the conjurer clutched the staff tightly and wept bitter tears. That's really good. I like that one a lot. Bloodworm's Flame. It had lived long, so long. Sometimes it seemed it had lived for all the time in the world, the usual cycle of life and death being little more than a farce. Its slow, heavy body was old and wizened. It had witnessed countless human lives kindle and then extinguish in the blink of an eye. It had lived with the heart. It was now losing bit by bit. It had forgotten how to roar, or gnash, or fly into a rage. The flames of war raged on in an endless stream of conquest and slaughter and death. In the face of this unchanging flow of history, the dragon finally grew weary of living. That's really good. That's really freaking good, actually. Sin of the Fallen. Oh, baby. Research report number 1. We focus on psychological and religious research in our quest to conjure angels and express the divinity within us, but now we have a different hypothesis. Research report 2. I refer to calling forth angels from nothing without a host. This forced summoning theory suggests angels exist on a different existential plane. Research report 3. If transforming into an angel is simply exchanging a life form from this world with one from another, could we summon them without a suitable corpus on this side? Research Report 4. To perform such a summoning, I must summon myself from another plane while keeping my body here. Such power would make me the greatest. That's really good. I love that. I love that a lot. Reading a bunch. Doing a number on the throat. Seer's Lure. The youngest prince held ambitions of the throne, but his elder brother fought a campaign of great battles and earned the people's adoration, and so he had to be dealt with. The youngest prince was in a battle against a nearby kingdom when he looted a fine spear from a fallen soldier. Suddenly a voice rang out, "Seek ye power," and the prince nodded. Many victories... I thought he was still speaking. Many victories greeted the young prince, while his brother's fortune soured. Soon he sat upon the throne he desired so much, but then the voice returned. "Now I shall reclaim it." The new king lost all. His men died in battle. His wife and son died of disease. With tears of blood streaming down his face, he cursed the world and fell upon his spear. Like that. I like this. Don't trust evil fucking wizards. Imperial Tears. The fertile land was fought over time and again, spawning mountains of corpses. The young lord who had watched the previous king die gave an order: burn it to the ground. No nobleman or peasant opposed him. The fires were set, the green trees burned, the animals scattered, and the land the previous king had sworn to save was reduced to ash. When the flames finally died, the land was sealed and declared an eternal neutral zone. Over decades, it regained its beauty, but a single spear still resided deep within. It was once a sword obtained by the king who had sworn to protect the land, but it was reforged into a spear by his ruinous successor and was now rusted beyond recognition. What became of this promising land? None can say. We'll find out eventually. Final Knell. This is the story of a spear that fell into the hands of a certain man. The man did not realize that his time in this world was growing short, but the spear knew. The man loved the sound of the spear emitted, but did not know it was the weapon warning him of his impending doom. Alas, the man died in combat, his spear echoing across the wastes. This is the story of one man's end. A cold, stiff body, and next to it, a spear quietly mourning the death of its 568th master. The spear waits for the day its cry can once again ring out. It has been the end of countless masters across an ocean of time, and even today, it still waits for the next. I love stories that, subtly imply that a weapon is sentient. I mean, I also like the ones that just say that the weapon is sentient, like Broken Iron. But, this one's really good. And it's very subtle about its weapon sentience. Eris's Spear. I seek a noble will, the destiny of a knight. With thoughts of the companion I walked beside since childhood in my heart, I continue to press forward. I pray the fragile present can continue. I know that averting one's eyes from what must be done will lead to ruin, and yet this is still my hope. I am driven by jealousy, white-hot, burning jealousy. The womanly blood within my body wails, cursing the two who left me behind. All that is left for me is a small twinge of pride. Pain rules my body now, but I pray he will still see me as I once was. So, funny story about that. Here lies Eris. She never scored. Five's Spear. Life is grand. Who could ever be bored in this world? Anyway, I'm 5, which means I have 5 elder sisters, and there are 5 things I want in this life. I want everything Zero has. She's so strong and beautiful. And also, I want one's intelligence. Might as well take it while I'm in the taking business. I'll take two's blinding smile as well. Why not? And three has to be those nimble fingers. Ooh, I put those to some very good uses. And four? Four. Well, I suppose there's that one thing I could take from her. That thing she hasn't surrendered yet. See, life is just too much fun. I like that. Anyway, I'm gonna really quick take a bathroom break because it really just snuck up on me how much bathroom calls to me. Be back in a few minutes. Hello, yes, I have returned. Just had a little bit of a bathroom break. Anyway, yes, we are still on weapons, so let's continue. With all the combat bracers. Oh, immediately starting with a good one. Masochistic joy. Stop. Oh, please stop. If you put me in that boiling water, I'll be burned from head to toe. How can anyone be so cruel? How can... I am not going to make good moans. You will not get that out of me. I'll make pathetic noises. Whether or not you find that sexual is all up to you. Alright? Okay? Alright? Ugh, why do you beat me with that thick iron pole? All I can do is sob like an abandoned puppy ripped from its mother's teat. No, that's far too large. I'm gonna be split in two. I'll be broken heart and soul. Just imagining it makes me wanna... And the last one. No. I'm afraid even I can't do that. That's hilarious. I love that. Iceborne Slayers. Have you ever looked into her eyes? They're mesmerizing. Like there's an entire rainbow held inside. They lock you into fleeting chains and leave you to fall ever downward. Have you ever caressed her skin? Smooth like a fresh snowfall melting beneath your fingers. You are captivated, left to wait until your heart rots into a small black dark mass. It doesn't say black there, I just put that there. Have you ever heard her voice? A clear, prodding voice like a ripe peach. Her death sentence invites you to a world of perversion as sweet as any perfectly aged wine. Her prey are placed in ice, where they offer up their lives for eternity. Swords mottled with blood, fists scraped raw, they fear nothing, and she looks on with a silent smile. Yuki Onna weapon. And I love that. I don't know if that's what the Yuki Onnas do. I like to think that is what they do. Golden petals. In a poor village deep in the arid mountains lived a devoted nun. Her quiet prayers soothed the hearts of the people, a lone flower blossoming in the wastelands of their minds. One day a disease struck the village. The victims shriveled like mottled invalids before dying in enormous pain. And though the nun prayed and prayed, the illness ran rampant. As she prayed, buds began to sprout from the corpses. As each villager fell, new flowers grew, and soon the entire village was filled with their sweet aroma. None know what happened after that, but where the villagers' homes once stood, a vast field of flowers can now be seen, their forever blossoming petals fluttering gently in the breeze. It's pretty alright, it's pretty good. Now let's look at Imperial Claws. The new nation spread across a beautiful landscape, but it was home to a vast, destructive war. The old retainers muttered under their breath, cursing the brash young king. "I care not for the past," said the king. "No matter how hard, we must move on and bring fortune to the land." And so he began a never-ending war against their neighbors. The land's resources filled the kingdom's coffers for a time, bringing prosperity to all. But eventually the land began to run dry, and the people grew weary of war. Despite the losses and deaths, the king refused to give up. He would not cede the promised land, no matter the cost. I shall save what happened next for another time. We got one more of those. Crimson Impalers. The monster's body was covered in terrible spines. Oh, I remember this one. One day, a small bird landed nearby and spoke with the monster. More than anything, the monster wished to touch its new friend. Soon, the monster decided to remove the spines. Though it caused terrible pain, the monster screamed for 7 days and nights, terrorizing villagers at the foot of the range. The villagers feared the monster was going to invade, so on the 7th night they climbed the mountain with weapons in hand, where they found a pile of bloody spines. In the center of the pile was a strange creature that had died during the night. By its side, a small bird with red-stained wings gently nuzzled the creature and cried. Sag. Azure arms. Let me sing, let me dance within the cold water at the bottom of the sea, because I am in love, because I drown in you. Let me hope, let me pray for your heart to spy mine and your feelings to melt as I swim in the water, as I float in the sea. Let me curse, let me wail if you reach that place where the water god cannot see and another voice finds you and a new woman holds you. Let me sink, let me wait until your eyes close and your breathing stops. We want you for ourselves. We want to end you all. That's really good. Hello, Fred. Dark Lord's Flame. The words of the curse dug themselves into my ears. The hate hidden in justice's shadows became a poison. The overwhelming light stole away my vision. Under the banner of freedom and liberty, a dark shadow is cast. I lost my voice in the face of never-ending despair. How can hope have been so extinguished? I stain to bury deprivation with my mind's new justice. The chaos of war shall burn it anew. It is only a matter of time. I wonder who this notorious Lord of Darkness is, because it is very unclear whom this is. Captain's Guard. Oh, here we go. I have gladly pledged loyalty to the king across time, no matter how hellish the fight or reckless the order. I have risked it all to protect king and country. But the king has lost his life in battle. He was young, a newly crowned lord, and left behind no descendants. Who will I serve now? Wailing over such things will achieve nothing. My only job is to protect my country. My only mission is to serve my king. So I search for a body to replace the long-shattered muscle and bone that resided in this armor. I search for a new king worthy of wearing me. That's pretty good. That's really good. I like that. Deathly Briars. Sing, 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 let me sing, let me sing, let me sing of the seas, of the skies, of my hopes, of my prayers. Spin, 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 let me dance, let me dance, let me dance. Happy dances, beautiful dances, sad dances, ugly dances. Let me gasp, let me gasp, let me gasp. In the rain, in the dreams, in battle, in sheer ecstasy. Prick, prick, prick. Let me stab, let me stab, let me stab. In your skin, in your eyes, in your tears, in your screams. I love that this is a princess's weapons. Love that for her. Tyrant's Playthings. The land was ruled by an empress witch who used magic powers to govern her people. She was a cruel, oppressive ruler who took joy in slaughtering innocents at random. But the empress was restless, torturing victims, drinking fine wine as they screamed. It was fun, yes, but even fun grows wearisome when repeated too often. Many would-be heroes came to the castle, united by dreams of my death. The first few were enjoyable enough, but now it's just a chore. They're all so simple-minded. If no hero is strong enough to defeat me, I'll just have to make one myself. I need a strong child, a terrifying hero, one with enough power to topple his own mother. It is interesting that it goes from, it goes from third person to first person. Slowly. Dark Seal Order. He is a great and powerful king. Do not tell him what to do. It is a vast and evil power. Do not attempt to unravel it. He is a strong and fearsome foe. Do not challenge him to battle. He is a small and tender child. Do not disturb him yet. That's good. That's really good. I like that a lot. And Four's Claws. Oh, this is going to be funny. Very interesting. My sister One calls me Four. My name is not One, nor is it Zero. I may not be the first sister, or even the second, but I'm not the last either. I'm supposed to be a superior creation. I'm supposed to be better than my younger sister. Better in everything. Everything, everything, everything! Tonight, yet again, I find in myself the essence that composes me, and then, under a cold blanket, I sleep. Interesting. I find in myself the essence that composes me. Is she talking about, because technically she's a virgin, but she's talking about, we will never know. Chakrams now. Everlasting Ring. A journey is an enjoyable thing, especially one to learn the secrets of a woman. It's ever so exciting, which you can see for yourself if you move your eyes just a bit lower. Climbing those 2 mountains is so enjoyable, feeling the soft ground beneath you, stuffing yourself with the small fruits found at the peak. Ah, that I had more mouths. It is wonderful to rest in the mother forest, whether your nose follows the aroma of the underbrush or you dare explore the dark cavern that lies below. Ah, what bliss. And let us not forget about a hike to the spring, a generous drink of the liquid overflowing from deep within my beloved pond would be enough to harden up anyone's weaponry. I love just all the euphemisms. Just going for it. Next, Electroshocker. Electroshocker! The boy ran. His blade, which seemed far too large for his small frame, cut through the garrison like warm butter. Heads rolled, blood flew. The boy kept running. He cried to the captain, "This is for my brothers!" He made his way forward, mowing down soldiers in his wake. But the lancers took his life before he could reach his goal. Looking down from his steed, the captain ordered his men to dispose of the body. Then he rode off without a word, refusing to think of his son lying in the dirt behind him. The captain had 3 sons left, and the one who slew him would gain all that he owned. Such a ridiculous game. As he rode away, he prayed the gods would take him soon. That's good. I like that a lot. Ring of Lament. Why does no one recognize my arcane skills? Why do they not respect me, applaud me? Why? I hate it. I want to beat all of them into the ground. It's him. He steals my magic. That's why I don't receive the praise I so richly deserve. It's all his fault. That's why I must kill him. I do it for justice, for the human race. Cold steel is the perfect reply to his idle words. I am not in the wrong. With this cursed blade, I shall silence the sorcerer and prove that I am worthy, not him, me. Hear the laughter as I behold the bloody lump that used to be a sorcerer. Now I am the greatest magician in the world. Such a shame I fell into this well in my excitement. Wah, wah, wah. Azure Cleaver. The small island was surrounded on all sides by the sea. It was a quiet place, blessed by beautiful verdant nature, and once it was where violent criminals were sent to die. Atop a cliff was a grave etched with a bladed blue ring. Fresh flowers covered it every day. "Who lies here?" a young boy asked. A criminal, responded the old man. Then why the flowers? Asked the boy. Because, said the man, he led a revolution in an effort to improve the lives of all. Here he led a pure life, and here he finally died. And with that, the old man fell silent and gazed out to sea. The grave's blue ring reflected the blue of the sky, while the waves added a dark tone to the sharpened blade. It's pretty good. Duchess's dance. I always thought it was a very pretty weapon. I like this flower. Don the frilly dress. Put the fetching bows in your hair. Slip on your finest shoes. Use your voice. Flash your smile. Close in on the target. Whisper love in his ear. Pluck feathers from an extinct bird. Make a coat from the pelt of tiny creatures. Sprinkle your petals on the water. Sing the minstrel's love song just as it was taught to you. Many men have knelt before me, their rough voices begging for my love, their lips fumbling trite poetry. Every man is the same, every day is the same, every gilded, tiresome day. Can anyone slash this routine? Can any bedecked blade cleave it in twain? I do not wish for such an end, and yet, as I watch these wretches writhing in the road like maggots. It's pretty good. Rule of divine law. The 10th blade, throne of the false god. May its force echo into the gods across the land. The 11th blade, nightly darkness. May its soul be as noble and lofty as a stout knight. The 12th blade, queen's thorn. May its beauty be as pure as the reigning empress. The 13th blade, the thunderous king. May its power be as eternal as our beloved ruler. That's it. There's something there, but I don't know. It's a little too subtle. Damn, Rose taking Cheez's shift today. Yeah, because first of all, we're dropping the whole playing a character thing. Second of all, I gotta leave to go take care of my mom's dogs. So, you know, I don't have to leave until way later, but like it'll cut into stream time. So, you know, doing it early. But for this, you know, this was always the plan. Vidofnir's blade. Once there were two brother roosters. The elder was courageous and bore young, sharp claws, while the younger was extremely quick-witted and intelligent. One day the gods gathered the birds of the world and said, I shall grant the right to rule to the bird who ascends the world tree. And with that the birds were off. The winged birds flew up, but were burned by the sun. The clawed birds climbed up, but were consumed by snakes. Only the roosters, working together, managed to reach the top. Fight, said one of the gods. Only one of you may rule. But the brothers leapt at the god and removed his head, and there they sit still, feasting upon his entrails atop the tree. Love that so much. That is so good. That is so fucking great. I love that. I think that might be my favorite Chakram weapon story. Love that. It's gonna be hard to top that. Skyward Wind. The woman was near the end of her life. She had committed crimes and been arrested. After an extended torture session, she was sentenced to burn at the stake. Suddenly, a white horse with sad eyes appeared before her. The king took my son, she screamed at the animal. Before I die, I will kill him with my own 2 hands. The woman screamed at the horse until she collapsed into sobs. The next thing she knew, she was atop the horse with a sword in her hand and the king trembling in front of her. She slew the king and made to flee, but suddenly her horse was gone. Her body burst into flames, which raged until she became a small pile of ashes, scattered away by the wind. Very cool. Very good. Widow's Sin. Once there was a girl and 2 boys who were friends. One boy went to work for a landscaper. The other became an army captain. The girl grew up to be stunningly beautiful. One day, the girl's father died, To provide for her poor family, she decided to marry her friend, the army captain. He was scheduled to head to the front lines the day after the wedding. The captain smiled and swore to return. It was the last time the woman saw her new husband smile. He died soon after, leaving her alone with their home and beautiful garden. The garden changed with the seasons, giving the woman peace. Yet until the day an illness took her at a tender age, she never knew her other childhood friend was the one tending to it. Oh, no. Oh, man. It makes me feel a little bad. Imperial Coffin. It was a blessed land, a paradise with endless resources that guaranteed peace and prosperity for any nation. Men had fought each other over it since time immemorial. The king fought for the promised land at the cost of his nation's health. With disease ravaging him, he asked his son how this could truly be the promised land. Why were people willing to sustain bloodshed for the sake of the land? If it were truly a blessing, why had it been the source of so much senseless pain, loss, and hate? The old king breathed his last. As the king sat silently by his coffin, he swore a silent oath. What story would he weave once he became king? That's a tale for another day. That's funny. Every single one of these is like, I'll finish that story another time, and they never do. That's really funny. Mana's staff. All I know is loss, an empty body with something great and substantial missing. I fill the hole the only way I can and turn my eyes from the emptiness that wells up. I know little of what I was, the curious small child, the lily-white skin, the confused expression as the question was asked, "Do the Watchers sing?" Fear drives me forward, the darkness that laps at my feet, the fate I can never flee from. I scream out loud that I cannot let it take me. I cannot let it take me. All that remains is my memory, the steely gaze that fixed itself forward through the youth and inexperience and confusion. The gaze that will someday open a new path. It's pretty good. I like that. One's chakram. I am the first, and as my name suggests, I should have been the only. My foolish sister invites destruction, and I give her a suitably foolish end. Our mission is to guide this world, to move it down the correct path. I know what I hoped for, what I lost, what I took, what I sought. I knew that I would soon gain full knowledge of the song that coursed through me. But is that really true? How could I be sure that everything we know is correct? And that's all the weapon stories. But we're not done reading. Because we still have the memoirs of the intoners. So let's look at that. You know what? Yeah, let's just start here. We got all these. So let's start with Five's deliveries. Dear Lady Five, it is because of dedicated customers like you that we are able to provide our trademark customer service. This notice is a confirmed delivery of the following order. Seafood Gourmet Pack with Sea Serpent Eggs, 200. Mountain Gourmet Pack with Troll Liver Sauce, 200. Do not hesitate to contact us if there are any concerns. We look forward to your continued patronage. Dear Lady Five, thank you for trusting us with your delivery needs. We hope this early summer has been a fruitful one for you. This notice is to confirm delivery of the fancy golden dress you ordered. This dress, made with beautiful silks imported from the East and lavishly festooned with pure gold leaf, is one of our finest products. We hope that it meets your exacting standards. Secret Toys. Dear Lady Five, thank you for trusting us with your delivery needs. This notice is to confirm your delivery of Secret Toy Ultimate Pack you ordered. This set, one of our company's hallmark products, combines truly captivating toys from the exotic East with a selection of all-natural, water-soluble performance enhancers. Please feel free to contact us with any questions or concerns that may arise. This product is meant for adults only. Dedication of Storage Vault. Dear Lady 5, thank you as always for continuing to use our service. We trust all remains well within your glorious reign. This notice is to confirm that your treasure storage vault has been officially dedicated as of last Sunday. As requested, it is equipped with a variety of traps to ensure that Our Lady's valuables will lie unmolested by invaders. We'll happily demonstrate them if you provide a volunteer. Delivery, Roman Empire Publications. Dear Lady 5, we trust your spirits are as bright and sunny as the blessedly warm spring weather of late. This notice confirms reception of your request for books to learn about ruling. Our scholars feel the Roman Empire is fitting and thus have prepared a fine selection. Additionally, it gladdens us to see that my lady, already a wielder of great authority, wishes to learn more. 200 art pieces. Dear Lady 5, we hope you and yours are enjoying a joyful winter season. This notice serves to inform you of the impending delivery of 200 works of art. Your order, What's Beauty, was difficult, but our experts amassed a carefully selected collection of masterpieces. None, of course, could ever surpass the beauty of Our Lady, but we still look forward to receiving any feedback about the collection's quality. Delivery Philosophy Books. Dear Lady 5, we hope a bountiful harvest awaits you and yours this fall. This notice confirms delivery of 10 philosophy books you ordered. We pray they answer your question, what is humanity? And what is happiness? However, your recent order is on a smaller scale than previous ones, and when combined with the recent disposal of your treasure vault, we are worried. Please, tell us if we have erred in any way. Notice of unpaid invoices. Dear Lady 5, thank you for your continued patronage as we enter spring. This notice serves to inform you that your invoice for the delivery of food to poor children has yet to be paid. We apologize for having to contact you multiple times, but with our delivery's finances in a precarious situation and Dito no longer replying to our messengers, we are in the dark on your status. Please, supply payment when you can. Notice of closure. Thank you for your continued loyalty. Ever since our founding the year after the Cataclysm, we have prided ourselves on serving both our customers and the community at large. But half a year after the end of the Intoner's rule, the downturn in deliveries means we are no longer able to sustain our business. Thus, our company will cease operations effective May 31st. Thank you for your understanding in these extraordinary times. Man, 5 died before even finding out, like, what was wrong with her. And she took a fucking delivery service with her. 4, let me tell you. So this is all, like, within, like, nanoseconds, milliseconds of 4 about to be fucking murdered by 0. So she's thinking all of this like super quickly. Okay, there's a lot I want to tell you all, but how about I start with 0? Let's talk about the flower in your eye. You did that on purpose, didn't you? It's all like, oh, I'm the oldest sister. I'm so special. I have to be all different. It looks terrible on you, you know? Like, you're trying way too hard. Also, I'm tired of you treating us like our heads are full of poo. Because they're not. In fact, the way you swing that sword all day, I bet it's your head that's full of poo. Because you never use it. Your turn, 5. You're the only little sister I have, but you act like this bitter old lady. Oops, sorry. Did that sound harsh? It's totally what everyone thinks, though. And seriously, the way you throw those oversexed fat globules of yours around, disgusting. You have no self-control, and you're always chasing after some carnal pleasure, like it's the most important thing in the freaking world. Oh, and your clothes are ugly, and your makeup is really sad. It's too bad money can't buy class. It's really too bad. Oh, 3. Where to begin? You try to act mysterious and alluring, but I know it's just an act. Guys always go for project girls like you, thinking they can fix them or whatever, when there's so many nice girls that would treat them better. Am I wrong? No, I'm not, and you know it. You try so hard to pretend you don't care that it becomes painfully obvious just how much you do. Why don't you just try attracting someone with your natural charm instead? Oh, that's right. You don't have any. It's funny. I could see why you did what you did too. People can get pretty stupid when they fall in love. That's why I say things like, I want us to be together forever, and I want world peace and stuff. But really, loving your disciple, the one guy who has to hang out with you all the time, how convenient. Look, I admit, Sen's handsome, but that's really it. He's just an accessory, like 5 skanky clothes. Oh, and your cooking, he's totally pretending to like it. And now for you, 1. Oh, I have been dying to tell you this. Yeah, get it, dying? Oh gosh, you must hate me so much. After all, you're so right and perfect and smart, and I'm just some dumb little sister. But what happened once we took over, huh? Oh, I'll tell you what happened. Everything went to heck. Our forces were decimated, our people lost morale, and Zero and her song kicked the crap out of us. You lost that bet big time, sis. Too bad your fancy pants attitude can't help you now. Yeah, I love her throwing a fit like a middle schooler. Oh yeah, this is the funniest one, because there is no remorse in any of this. Oh, and I also need to talk about all the idiots we rule over. You guys seriously suck. You rely on us for everything, and you're all, oh, Lady 4, but you're really just greedy, lazy, good-for-nothings who can't do anything for yourselves. Is it my job to make you happy? Because I don't remember anything about that on the application. Yeah, I pretended to care so one wouldn't have a conniption, but I actually think we should have ground you all under our boots. Instead, you just have enough freedom to hang yourselves with. What else? Oh, right, God! I have a problem with you. I mean, what is up with this world, am I right? It takes an entire day to go from town to town. It's too hot in the summer, too cold in the winter, and it either rains too much or else there's some drought going on. Oh, and why do we have to eat if we want to live, huh? So stupid. I guess that's what you get when you crap out a world in a week. Maybe spend more than one single day on all the people next time. God, see? I'm not even gonna capitalize your name! This is still going on? Oh, I've already complained about everything I wanted to. This is a waste of my time. Okay, fine. I guess... Hey, Decadus! Actually, I don't have much to say about him. It's not like I actually always wanted him to come to my bed at night, or that I actually was really interested in sexual talk, or that I wanted him to act more forward and take charge or anything. He could have tried to be normal. In fact, I could sum up everything I want to tell him like this. You are an asshole! Really just building it up for that. About time the tip of Zero's sword reached my brain. I guess it's true. You do get to see your whole life flash before your eyes. Jeez, it takes forever. Now I have to think about all this crap I wanted to forget. Oh well. So long 1, you stubborn old bitch. So long 2, you lovey-dovey bitch. So long 3, you crazy weirdo bitch. So long 5, you oversexed bitch. And so long 0, the bitch who's killing me right now. Oh, and the biggest bitch of all, which is, of course, me. I'll see you all in hell! Ah, love that. Love that she spends all 10 entries just being like, you know what really grinds my gears? Alright, 3, my memories. My border guard unit got word today that the Lord is dead. It's not a surprise. We all heard about how powerful these intoners we're fighting are. Although, our little frontier patrol hasn't had to meet one yet, thank goodness. To be honest, none of us care that the Lord is gone. We're worried about where our next meal will come from. Of course, but to be honest, he was kind of an asshole. Hopefully, our next Lord will be better. Gotta love the nicest one being the biggest bitch. Today we met our Lord. Well, Lord isn't quite the word. I don't know what is actually. It's complicated. We soldiers gathered in a clearing, and our new lord, Lady 3, came to us. We were all sweating bullets. She's younger than I expected, and smaller, and also cuter? Hard to imagine this girl leading us, but there it is. Most of the men were smitten with her immediately, and I was no exception. She really is quite lovely. Excuse me. To say Lady 3 is popular is an understatement. Soldiers are falling all over themselves to be her bodyguard, her valet, her whatever. The old vets don't like it much, but screw them. Hell, it's good to have a charismatic leader. It makes us all fight that much harder. I will say though, Lady 3 is a bit odd. She takes our leftover food, saves beard and hair trimmings from the men, and spends all day counting insects. Maybe she realizes such things make her all that much more appealing. I can't imagine 3 being charismatic, or maybe it was the illusion all along. The unit's on edge. Rumors are flying that Lady 3 is experimenting on human subjects. Apparently, Our Lady's fighting a woman named Zero, and it isn't going well. That's just what I heard from the men, but it feels right somehow. Anyway, this Zero is a really bad character, so Lady 3 is enhancing soldiers to try and even the odds. Folks seem pretty upset by it, but not me. I'll do whatever it takes to see Lady 3 to victory. It's not like I have anything else to live for. Today I saw Lady 3 stagger out of her tent dressed only in her night clothes. I called out to see if she was alright, and she leaned close and whispered, "Go ahead." I don't remember much after that. Her hands were cold as she led me into her tent, but her lily-white skin was like porcelain. She smelled of ripe fruit and summer, and no, I must stop. My words only do it a disservice. My lady, why me of all people? Lady 3 has ignored me since that day. I finally mustered my courage and begged her to enhance me next, but she stared right through me and said, "Your cranial nerve isn't mature enough." What does that mean? What's wrong with me? Soldiers disappear from our unit by the hour, taken away to become enhanced soldiers for Our Lady. When I think about it, I get so jealous I vomit. I'm the only one she won't touch, the only one she won't enhance. Some of the men she chooses actually flee in terror, which only deepens my rage. They fear pain, they fear torture. I live it every day she rejects me. I wish you would never bless me with your love, my lady. I wish this pain in my chest would end. I wish I was dead. 0, 3, someone, anyone, just make it stop. The implication that this dude is a younger soldier, like, oof, young man, get out. I like to imagine this dude is like between like 15 and 18. He's a little babby boy, and once he gets a taste of the purple, it's too late. He can't get out. Finally, my day has come. The power of Lady 3's song will make me a better man, a stronger man, a perfect man. My body seems ready to explode with happiness, so it's a good thing she's prepared an enormous new body for me. I was special. I was chosen. She chose me to be what she is calling Cyclops. Just hearing it gives me chills. Lady 3 says it comes with from a giant of legend, Cyclops. The name has a sublime and ominous tone, and I only pray that my new body does it proud. I shall serve her forever. Don't know how much time passed, no sense of time. All in Toner country destroyed. They talk of empire or federation or don't care. Lady 3 not see lately, but fine. I am fine. I swear faith to her forever. So see, look, feel Lady 3 near me, soul. Really scary type of ending. 2's recipe book. Sweet and sour ogre meatballs. Today, I also love that this dude is implied to be one of the Cyclopses from DOT1. Like, hell yeah. And then we kill him horribly violently. Anyway, sweet and sour ogre meatballs. Today I wanted to jot down notes on my fancy new meat dish. First, find the freshest ogre meat you can. Any type is fine so long as it's not too gristly. Tenderize it for a while, then mix in diced onions, ginger, breadcrumbs, eggs, and salt and pepper to taste. Form the mix into balls and fry them in oil, then pop them in the oven. For the sauce, mix tomatoes, vinegar, sugar, then spice it up. P.S. 5 is gonna love these! Smiley face. Sea serpent with applesauce. I was bored this morning, so I tried out a new recipe. First, get a sea serpent. They're omnivorous and tend to get stinky really quick, so yank the innards ASAP. Cut it into bite-sized chunks, cover them in flour, and cook both sides lightly in olive oil and garlic. For the next sauce, pluck out the eyes, make sure to get all the goo. Mix in grated apple and salt and pepper, then simmer until it thickens. Pour the sauce over the cutlets, and bon appetit! Time for 2 special love potion. This morning, I made a nutritious drink from my beloved scent. Take 100 datura seeds, 50 cat leaves, and 4 mandrake roots. Be careful picking those. Mash them into a fine powder, then simmer in oil. Wait for the color to change, then strain it so only the nutrients remain in the oil. Then add milk, eggs, and honey, pour into a jug, and shake like crazy. P.S. Scent drink the whole thing in one go. You probably won't sleep for a week, which is fine by me. Girl made an energy drink. Jesus. Homemade noodles and tomato sauce. The 5 of us are together for the first time in ages, so I'm making a heaping helping of my hand-kneaded noodles. Take a pile of flour and knead in some salt water. Really get into it. Stretch into long strands, then boil until pliable. While you're waiting, get some ground ogre meat and fry it with tomato, garlic, sesame seeds, salt, and pepper. Excuse me. It mix a lot, but that's okay. 5 inhales the stuff. Oh. P.S. I actually saw one smile. Oh, I have to make this again. Wow, I'm with raspberry cake. This cake recipe is just a ticket for a sweet treat. First, kill a troll and scrape out the fat. There's lots. Render it into lard, then add sugar and eggs and mix until it forms cream. Then throw in flour, crushed walnuts, and fresh picked raspberries from the troll's forest. Mix it up just a little, then bake it into a stone oven until a dagger inserted in the middle comes out clean. P.S. I'm totally making this for the orphans. They'll love it. Raspberry cake for Lady 2. Lady 2 has had very little appetite since that day. I fear it'll affect her health before long, so I decided to follow her example and bake a raspberry cake. Sadly, I don't know the exact recipe. I asked around, but no one had heard of such an exotic dessert before. I finally started throwing things together, and after a few hundred tries, I finally got something slightly cake-like. Unfortunately, it didn't do much to Lady 2's. It wasn't much to Lady 2's liking, as it just drooled out from her delicate lips. I must get better. And it's like... it's already hitting hard. Where, like... right after the halfway point, it's like, oh, shit is fucked up. Oatmeal for Lady 2. It pains me to say Lady 2 growing so thin. Today I cooked some gruel and mixed it with honey so it would be easy to swallow. I think we managed to get 2 whole spoons down, which is fantastic. But I didn't want to force it on her, so I brought her back to bed. That's when I noticed. Lady 2's heart isn't beating. She breathes and blinks, but there's nothing from her chest. It's almost as if she's... Water for Lady 2. For the past week, Lady 2 has consumed only water. My days blur into each other as I spend dawn to dusk speaking with my lady. I talk about all the special times we spent together, and yet she never answers. Tonight, after I laid her down, I found my hands around her beautiful neck. It would have been so easy, just a little bit of pressure, and she could finally have peace. Such terrible thoughts. My love, please forgive me. And now blood for Lady 2. Today, I diluted red wine and water, mixed it in my blood, and used my own mouth to give it to my lady. Lately, something dwells in my mind. Lady 2 almost never asked me for anything, but her one insistence was that I not, as she put it, die on her. What could I say to that? Have I succeeded in returning her kindness? Zero's on her way, but until then, we will lay in this shrine and huddle together to ward off the oncoming chill. Rip. Rip and spaghetti, never forgetty. Now for one's 7 words. My sisters, the lords that have exploited these lands are no more, and I understand the quest to root out stragglers is going well. However, you must remain ever watchful, for the defeat of our foes does not end our work. We must prevent new lords from rising up, and we must defeat the traitorous Zero. To do this, we must build and then nurture our powers. And since I am putting thoughts to paper now, I wanted to write out the 7 words we intoners must know. The first word we must know is cooperation. We intoners possess immeasurable power. This, I am afraid, may lead you to place too much trust in yourselves, and as we know, there is no power that does not fail its owner sooner or later. But if we 5 combine our powers, I believe we can overcome anything. And if our own power is not enough, we can call on the strength of our allies, of the people who amass at our side. They may be singularly weak, but combined, they can blaze a trail to the future. The second word you must know is strength. No matter what you believe or how just such belief may be, it cannot come to fruition without the power to make it so. Never cease polishing your skills with sword and song. Never cease inventing new strategies for battle. Think about how to make your nation stronger as a whole. Develop weaponry and train your soldiers. Above all, always be ready to wage war for what you believe. The third word we must know is wealth. Powerful though we may be in battle, your people cannot survive without a prosperous nation to rely on. Retain always a bountiful supply of the food and resources needed for life, for they are vital in developing your nation. Remember that true wealth cannot be taken, it must be grown. Tend crops, raise animals, find new lands, engage in trade, and above all, do not concentrate your wealth in one area, but instead, share it with everyone in your land. The fourth word we must know is wisdom. We must study writings of the past, for the collected wisdom of those who came before lies within. And we must also study our word and the people we share it with, so as to be ever clever, ever mindful of how little we truly understand of it. As the leaders of this world, we must establish houses of learning across the land. Wisdom is a powerful tool that enables people to consider the future, and laying the groundwork for it is among an intoner's most sacred duties. The fifth word we must know is law. The world is not filled with one kind of spirit. Some of the more foolish ones commit crimes, and there is a need to judge them for it. But we must not allow people to condemn others based on passing fancies. Instead, the rule of law must be fitting and proper. The ability to judge all on equal footing is the only basis on which we can guide the world to its proper destiny. And finally, remember that all can choose the wrong path from time to time, even intoners. The sixth word we must know is justice. This is vital. As leaders and intoners, we must build a palpably improved world. And to achieve that, we must have resolute and unshakable faith in our sense of justice. We must not give in to our own selfish interests. We must not ignore those who are suffering. We must not overlook the elderly, the young, or the weak. We must never forget that we exist for our people's sake. And we must carry these resolves with us always. 1 in 5 were the only intoners actually set on leading their people. Yeah. The final word we must know is love. You may not know what it means yet, my sisters, but I implore you to remember it. All the other words are but empty air without the concept of love behind them. Love is what this world needs, and it is what we need. It is altogether possible, my dear 5, 4, 3, and 2, that I may die before you, and thus I have written down these 7 words, for while I want you to save this world, I also want you to be happy. I love you all. It has been 3 months since I wrote the words, my sisters are dead, killed by Zero, the betrayer. And yet, I do not feel the fault is hers alone. My sisters were tossed and twisted by the power of their songs, and now the world once again spins toward its own destruction. Where did I go wrong? Are my motives not pure? It matters not. Zero is coming for me, and it seems my punishment will be to die with such doubts in my mind. Please forgive me, my sisters. I will go join you now. Kind of long and tedious to read. It's still good. It's still very well written, but like, it's very terse. It's so dense. Anyway, the last one. Mikhail's Diary. The Land of Animals, January 12th, study. Today I went to the land of animals and it was great! There was a big cat with fluffy hair and an elephant with a short trunk and a horse with a big long neck and another horse that was covered in stripes. We all played in the mud and chased each other around and it was a ton of fun, but the sun was dumb and hot and I got tired really fast. Boo! The Land of Fish, February 17th, rain. I've been on this island for a week. There's lots of fish everywhere. Big fish, pretty fish, and flat fish, and fish with feathers and arms and legs and stuff. Oh, and mackerel. I like mackerel. I want to go to the other islands, but I don't know how. Since it started raining, it's just been water all over the place. The Land of Songs, April 19th, cloudy. I saw some humans today. They all really like songs and sing pretty much all day long, even though everything kind of sucks for them at the moment. I even sang for a while too. Their singing reminded me of Zero. It's funny. Even though I forget a lot of stuff, I always remember her. I think it's because she was angry with me all the time. I wish she would have sang with me instead. I'm lonely, Zero. The Land of Machines, May 1st, clear. There are more humans here lately, and they're taking up more and more of the land. They broke up the forests and mountains and oceans, and now they just move these big metal boxes and dolls all over the place. The animals that used to live here are in trouble because they have nowhere to live now. But do they deserve the land more than others? I think about that a lot now. The Land of Wars, July 1st, rain. The girl who fed me this morning says her nation is in a state of constant war. They kill each other from dawn until dusk, then sleep for a bit before starting all over again. Apparently it's been going on like this for decades. Later, I brought mackerel to the girl's house to thank her for breakfast, but she'd been blown to pieces by a bomb. Why couldn't I save her? Where did I go wrong? The Land of Destinies, September 30th, cloudy with scattered showers. Another day of nothing but mechanical children. There used to be so many humans, and now I can't find them without a long and painstaking search. There was an earthquake yesterday accompanied by a bright light in the east, probably more explosions. Contaminated ash rained down, no doubt killing more people and animals. I just slept through it. It's not like I can do anything. The Land of People, November 4th, cloudy with occasional snow. I came across my first human village in a long time. It was small, maybe 100 all told, but they seemed hardworking and honest. When they saw me, they began to call me their divine guardian, which mostly meant listening to them complain all day. It seems having someone to talk to is a big deal for them. I can empathize. I look back fondly on some of my conversations with Zero. They helped me feel like I wasn't quite so alone in the world. The Land of Darkness, December 28th, snow. For a long time, I experienced only failure, but I will not quit. No matter how much injustice is in the world, I will not permit myself to surrender to it. I am not Zero. I cannot change the world with rage and destruction. If, however, there is some way I can make it a better place, I will try with all of my strength. I will not give up. Zero never did. The Land of Light, January 21st. Fire. My body is very broken now. I can feel the holes in my memory increasing in number. But I don't need to fight anymore either. So it's okay. Are you proud of me, Zero? Did I do well? Or would you yell at me like always? Zero, I'll see you soon. This one really fucks me up. Because you think, you know, with the dates that it's taking place over a year. No, it's taking place over years. And the dates there are still, you know, relevant, but like it's specifically May 1st, maybe like 10 years after the first one. Like he's getting older. Like if I remember right, this takes place over the course of 10,000 years. Ooh. Oh, man. I think I don't know how true this is. I like to think if Mikhail died in the Drakengard timeline when things were happening, I like to think by the time he actually died, it was during like one of the first during some of the alien wars. Like after, or maybe it was like before Nier Original, because Nier Original takes place like a few thousand years after, like with the time skip. I don't know. It's very unclear, and that's on purpose. And with that, we can finally put Drakengard 3 for serious to bed. It's been a long journey, but it's finally over. And next week, when I'm back from dog sitting, we can actually begin Nier. But we're not going back to Dad. The Dad thing was for fun. I'm actually gonna play Dad off stream, but we're actually gonna be playing Replicant because it is the game that I'm much more familiar with. And and if I can be honest, I was trying to like remember how to play Nier, and I was like, wait a minute, I'm remembering Replicant stuff, like how to lock on and like the charge attacks. Oh, it's way different. It's not even like, oh, it feels bad. It does, but it's more like, oh, it feels much more different. Being able to target enemies and move while aiming with Vice is amazing. Yeah, that's true. Anyway, see you tomorrow as Cheese. We're playing Binding of Isaac. That's gonna be fun. It's been a bit since I played Binding of Isaac, but hang on a second. What the fuck is no? All right, I see something recommended to me, and I'm baffled by it. If you're a fan of the Cheese VTuber brand, you might understand why it's crazy to see this. It's Sailor Moon related. If you know, you know, when you see it. Anyway, Binding of Isaac tomorrow when I'm at my mom's place. See you later, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye. I don't remember what I said as Rosé, but whatever. See you later. Bye-bye.